I said Stephanie Link has made a move in her portfolio. She joins us now, I think by phone. Steph, all right, so yeah. Two big stories yesterday, right? Well, one big story, two big stock moves. Starbucks had its best day ever. Chipotle, one of its worst in a while because of the CEO switch. You told us, you know what, I love Brian Niccol as an operator. I'm looking at this stock. I might want to buy it, and you bought it. Why? Simply because of that?
Well, I bought Chipotle, so Brian Niccol is leaving Chipotle and going to Starbucks, and I think he's going to do an amazing job. And I was really tempted to buy both of them. But when I look at my discipline, I really don't like to chase, and Chipotle is down 27% from its highs seen on June 18th. It's an industry leader. It's a market share taker. It has a strong management team, even without Brian Niccol. And we talked about the interim COO, Boatwright. He's been there since 2017. He's been very focused on integration of technology, retention, culture, throughput. And then you also have the CFO, who was supposed to retire, who is staying. I think it was the three of them that made this a magical company. But I think two of them can continue the momentum. I also like the fact that they've already reset numbers. Same-store sales are now expected to be 6% instead of 7%. Margins are going to come down because of higher food costs, no price increases, portion training, all the things that they need to do to regain the confidence of the consumer. But a 6% comp is still amazing. And then they have $647 million left in their buyback. On the 5th of June, they announced an additional $400 million, and I think they're probably buying back Storm. And I just think the long-term algo is intact in terms of earnings growing 15 to 20%. So truly best in class on sale, and I just don't think they're down and out.
All right, Joe?
Steph and I talked about this yesterday. The one thing that bothered me was the fact that Scott Boatwright, who Steph has rightly identified being there in 2017 or 2018, was not named the CEO. He's the interim CEO. That's bothersome to me. Show the consistency, show the transition, make it smooth. I'll say this. I came home last evening. The kids were eating Chipotle. And they said to me, so we talked about it.
They said, Dad, so
no, we
losing
actually
their
talked
CEO?
About it. I said,
no, they didn't say that.
It's exactly right. I said, well, they just lost their CEO. He's like LeBron James on Team USA. And they're like, okay, well, the food's great. We're still going there all the time. Gen Z loves Chipotle. So, look, I hope Steph's right. I've been a long-time shareholder in the company. I was just a little disappointed the way the transition appeared. I think this came at a bad moment, but I'm rooting for Steph, obviously, as a shareholder.
I wonder, too, Steph, we had pointed out yesterday that the stock had been in a bit of a downtrend from where the high was. I can't remember what the high was. Maybe it was was it 65 or something like that? You could pull it out a little bit longer, like a 3-month chart, to give you a better idea of, where the stock was, and then it had pulled down to. You could see it right there. Brian Niccol was sitting there when the stock started to decline. So are there some sort of fundamental issues at play that this new CEO is going to have to deal with?
Yeah, and you're right. It was on June 18th, and the stock is down 27% from the highs. And I think the reason is because when they reported earnings, they did reset that same-store sales comp for the fiscal third quarter. People were expecting 7.5%. They're going to do something more like 6%. And they also talked about this portion training because they had inconsistencies with portions in general, so they have to spend a little bit more. They're not putting in any price increases where last year they did. So margins in the second half are going to be lower. So that's why the stock actually started to fall. And about 2 weeks ago, I highlighted it. I put it as my final trade because I thought it was getting really interesting. And then on top of that, now you had another 7% decline on top of what we had already seen, a 20% decline. So I just think there's a lot of bad news priced in for a company that is absolutely taking market share. And I think it's not all or nothing with just one manager or one CEO. It is a bench, and they do have a very good bench. And so, yeah, there might be some challenges for this team, but I think a lot of it is already discounted.
I guess the point I would make is that, Niccol had the luxury of presiding over a company who had pricing power almost unlike any other consumer-facing food establishment, right? They were able to consistently raise their prices in the face of decades high inflation, and they got away with it, and he and the stock price were rewarded by that. But what if margins have peaked? What if they're never going to be what they are because there's just no tolerance for hiking prices anymore? So you go down, you shrink the meal to keep your costs lower to try and maintain some kind of margin. But then there's a backlash against that. I'm just wondering how this reset needs to be considered, I think, in the larger picture.
I think that you're right. I mean, it will depend on pricing. I think they're not increasing prices, though, because they've got to figure out how to get the confidence back on this whole portion situation and the inconsistencies there. I don't think that they're going to stop raising prices, unfortunately, for the consumer. It may not be 3.5%, 4%, 5% that we've been seeing, but I think they do have pricing power. They are a place where people want to go. They have good food. And, oh, by the way, on the other side of the food cost situation, actually a big food cost for them is avocados. And believe it or not, they've been dropping like a stone. So I think you just got to take it all into context. Sure, pricing might not be as aggressive, but I still think they're going to be able to get pricing. And I do think that there are other areas where they can focus on the cost side of things as well. So I think gross margins are not going to be going down from here. Second half of the year, the expectations are low. I think they're beatable.
All right, we'll leave it there. Getting a little bit of a link bump. Chipotle. Steph, thanks. I appreciate the call. Thank you. Stephanie Link. All right.